Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable sweet shop sign. So I got this little Santa at Walmart. They sell him like every single year. There's a couple different versions. They even had a pink one this year. And then I got this 10 by 10 wood frame from Michael's, but you could find it in a lot of different places. You could even make a larger sign. And I did paint it with white chalk paint. And then see, I removed Santa's hat. You can just pull it right off. And I always laugh because he's so bald under there and he hat-fished us. And you don't have to remove the hat, but I did because or else he's not going to lay against the sign. Maybe on a bigger sign you'll have more room, but he kind of sticks up if you leave the hat on. And then I just made a decal that would fit, that would say Santa's Sweet Shop, and I just made that on my silhouette. And you could make that on a Cricut, or you could also write it. You could stencil it on there if you wanted to, or maybe you can get a custom decal made, or maybe somebody with a Cricut. So in this case, I know I want to stagger those words. So I'm starting with shop so I can make sure the whole phrase will fit on there. And I also wanted the word Santa's to be centered. So I am starting with shop. And this, when you're adding a decal to a very matte surface like this, not a glossy surface, you really do have to press it in there. You have to be careful. You have to watch all the different details on your decal. Keep your fingers really close to your project. See how I'm doing that? Don't pull from far away. Don't pull quickly. You have to go slowly to make sure that decal is really laying down. And at the end, I will use some Mod Podge to seal it down. So I'm going to speed through the rest of this, but you can watch me do this. Keep my fingers really close to the decal. And then I just double checked that Santa can fit right in there and it looks perfect. So I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to build his hat back. So I'm just taking some air dry foam clay, which I will link for you. And you're just going to make a hat shaped lump. And I just love saying that. Okay, so you make your little hat shaped lump, and I'm going to make it actually go the other way so that it will kind of hang off the sign and it won't overlap my letters. And it really does not have to be perfect. You just kind of smooth it out so that there's no wrinkles or cracks in it. And then I will show you how I do the white part of the hat. The only realistic detail I'm adding to the hat is, see, I'm adding a line there. I'm just using the back of the paintbrush just to separate the hat from the little tassel piece. So I'm using a 1M star tip and some lightweight spackle mixed with a little bit of paint and a little bit of Mod Podge. Not very much of each because you do want this to be stiff, like a stiff icing. And so I'm just going around the edge, and then I'm going to make the little pom-pom and fur on his hat out of the spackles. Now, the details on this frosting don't matter because I'm going to cover it with sprinkles. So it does not have to be perfect at all. So I'm definitely going for Rainbow Candyland here. So I'm using my candyshop sprinkles and my bright rainbow sprinkles and my peppermint Gingie sprinkles, just because I like a little bit of a bigger peppermint inside my Candyland themed items. So you are going to have to press the sprinkles into the spackle because it's not like regular frosting. And you'll see I'm kind of putting in deliberately my big pieces first because I wanted to make sure I got those ball sprinkles and the big peppermints to pop there. And now I'm just filling it in, kind of tossing the sprinkles on how they naturally fall, and then I'm having to go back and press them into the spackle. Okay, so I'm happy with that sprinkle arrangement and quantity. It's a lot. So I'm just going to go in here and make his little pom-pom and then make the little fur on his hat. And actually, I left too much hair on the right here and it kept getting in my way. So I had to go in there and glue it down really quickly and then put some more spackle on top of it. And then I just added some fine glitter. This is Glitz by Recollections. You can get it at Michael's. And then I like that touch of glitter on his hat as well. Kind of softens the red. Now I decided that the beard was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of musty. So I decided to paint it white. I painted it with white acrylic paint, and then I added some glitter to that as well. And I did mix the acrylic paint with Mod Podge, which is something I do often and I recommend as a tip because it just makes the paint, I don't know, not more pigmented, but it gives you better coverage. And I can't explain it to you. I don't know the science behind it. So after that, I just added some more of the fine glitter to make it match the hat. And this is going to be so fun. I'm just adding a little bauble for his little bubble gum. He's blowing us a bubble. So this is from Target this year. It was in the dollar spot, and I was originally going to put it here. And now looking at it again, I kind of want to put it on there. I ended up not using it, but I did paint it. I like to be fully, I like to full disclosure to you guys exactly what I'm doing and what I was thinking in case you want to do it. I was thinking about instead just incorporating the Gumball Machine on another craft, but I did chalk paint it and repaint it red, just if you're curious. So these little gumdrops were from Walmart this year. They had miniature Christmas ornaments. And this thing is pretty tough. I needed to cut off the back because it is a little too 3D for this project. And it was a struggle. I had to really use some muscle to get that back off of there. And once it was flat enough, I went ahead and I filled it with spackle because it needs something to be able to grip onto. The glue does. Like, think about the glue only touching those two little torn sides of it, right? So I needed to make sure it would stick. And then I just added a little fake whipped cream to the top, and I'm using one of my no-hole beads as a cherry. And it took me a while to decide on all the placements of the candy. So if you've watched me before, you know how I am. I always mess with stuff and mess with it until I'm happy. But I put some specific candies around the edge, some fake licorice, some little tiny gummy bears. Like, see how tiny they are? They're the little micro ones. And then some fake candy canes and stuff like that. It's all the details that I love looking at. So I always make sure to include those. And this is what I added instead of putting the Gumball Machine down there because I thought it was too bulky. But looking at it, I'm like really tempted to go put it back. So you guys have to see the final reveal and see what I did. So this is version 1 with no Gumball Machine. And I'll show you all those details. Look at all the little candies. Isn't it so fun? And here's the second version. Let me know which version is your favorite. And let me know in the comments what you think of the candy shop sign and what you would do with it. Would you add it to a wreath or a tree or put it out on display or give it as a gift? Or would you make it bigger or in different colors? Let me know what you're thinking. And be sure to subscribe, hit the little bell if you haven't already so you never miss an update when I record a new video. I'm going to be doing Christmas all year long, so just prepare yourself.